Good morning. I'm gonna show y'all how I make metal for Matt. This is aluminum coil. We're capping some windows that we're installing. You gotta watch when the wind's blowing too hard, it'll slap this stuff up in your face and cut you. So I used to wonder why Matt would come home early. It was a pretty day and sun shining, but the wind was blowing. And he'd say the wind was blowing too hard. Well, I thought that was just an excuse to get out of working, but now that I handle coal, I understand exactly. Because that stuff will come back and slap you in the face. So first I'm going to lay out, this is on bricks, so we're doing a hem by 3/4. A hem is just a 1/2 inch bent all the way over, just like a hem on your pants. So we're doing a hem by 3/4, 2 1/4 by 2 3/8. That's going to be my sides. And my top. And then on my right side, I'm going to use my green snips, because the way they snip, it'll let me catch it in the break. Everybody does this stuff a little different. Some people don't use a table, they just lay it down on the ground, but I don't like doing that because you're down on your knees on the ground and you get the coal dirty and scratched up. So we have this wood table that we use. And then you can just fold this over and use your red snips to get your other side. It just makes it a little easier. You can just mark lines, but you can work a whole lot faster breaking your metal if you've got these little notches in it. Like I said, green on the right side, red on the left. Just make sure you score it good so it leaves a good edge for you. I'm just cutting off these where I can start bending them. Alright, so first you always bend your hem first. Always bend hem first. That's a 1/2 inch bent over. And then you put it back in here and mash it down. That just gives it a good solid edge that doesn't curve or wrinkle or anything. And I'm going to do my 3/4 out. This 3/4 is turning out on the brick. So I want it to bend just not complete 90. I want it to flare out a little bit. This Matt's going to put clear silicone on the brick, and this 3/4 is going to smush into that silicone. Again, we're going to go do our hem first. And I just bend it as far as it'll go that way, and then stick it back in. 3/4 turn out. Like I said, I let it flare a little bit. Now this other goes into the accessory groove of the window, and I bend it close to 90. I might do it a little more than 90. That way Matt can pull it back out, because he can pull it out, but can't hardly bend it more with your hands without messing it up. That's our two sides. This is going to be our top. This access is too small to use on anything else. Matt taught me how to do this. Have to count, I think 19 years ago, coming June. I've been helping him for, it will be 19 years coming up in June. When I first started, I asked him, how do you keep from cutting yourself? He said, by cutting yourself. You cut yourself enough times, you realize what not to do. Meaning don't rub your finger flat on the raw edges, because it will slice you like a razor blade. That's my top, so all I like is our bottom. I think I've got a piece here I can use. The bottom is the only one that I bend just a little bit different, and I'll show y'all that in just a second. And of course, if you're on camera, you drop everything. Green on the right side, red on the left. Some people just use the straight yellow. We never use the straight yellow. If you're doing side and you want to do it right, you need to have red and green. When you're cutting your channel, it makes a whole lot better cut. Again, this is just scrap because it's too small to do anything with. Still putting a hem on the bottom of this one. Oh, and one other thing, I had a guy who was trying to bend metal for us, and he was helping us on a job. They couldn't bend their hem. They said they couldn't get their hem right, but he was trying to do his hand down here. You have to go all the way and get that leverage, just like a cheater bar, to get that hem to go all the way. That's what him and his boy was at the break bending metal. He said, can you come show me how you do that hem? And all it was is you got to do that handle at the end when you do a hem. Alright, so I'm still putting the flare out because it's going to hit the bottom brick, but on this bend right here, this is where our seal, most seals are slanted because you want water to roll off of them, so I slant this one also, that way the water rolls off of it. Everything else I do 90 degrees, and I'm just writing bottom, side, top, or bottom, left, right, top on these so Matt knows what they are when he picks them up, because sometimes they'll be different sizes. Before I carry that around there, I need two tops. We don't use the expander caps that comes with these windows because most of the time they're taped down on the edges and that bows them. Plus you can't insulate above that. And if your hole is a little crooked, then it makes it hard to make it look right. With these, I can cut these to make them look however I want. Like this one, I'm going to do it 5/8 on the right side and 3/4 on the left side. I know that's just an 1/8 inch difference, but I can see it in the window. This other one I'm going to do 5/8 all the way. It just makes everything look more sleek when all the lines are straight. Because you won't notice it on the caulk side, but you will notice it on the other side. And this right here is Trim Quick, or Quick Trim, or whatever. It's at Vinyl Visions. It's who sells this. It's real expensive, but we like to use it because it's got this sticky on the back of it that sticks to the window and real hard to get off. It's not going anywhere, and you can use it on inside or out. It's made out of vinyl, same as the window, so it looks like part of the window when we use it. And these come like 1 3/4 wide, and it's got these little score pieces that you can break off whatever size you need, but I'm needing something smaller than, it only goes down to, well, it has 3/4, a half, and 1/4, but I need something 5/8 and then 5/8 to 3/4. So I'm going to cut these down like I want them. You can use your snips, but it gobs your snips up with that glue, and it's just awful trying to get it off. You got to get lacquer thinner to get it off, so I'm going to use my utility blade. And when I'm cutting this, I'm saving the round part, because I've already snapped off 3/4 off of this. So I want my raw edge to be where I'm caulking. I want my good round edge to be on my window. So make sure you pay attention when you use this. You don't want your raw edge touching the window part. Put it under your caulking where nobody will see it. Most people aren't going to notice it, but I know it. And the name of our window company is The Correct Way, so that's what we like to do. Do it the correct way. Not if somebody don't see it, it's okay. It's do it right the first time, so you don't have any worries and you get customers coming back. And that's how I do my metal.